What up? I'm back. Today is April 6th, 413. 413. 413, bro. This song is sick. This song is perfection. Man, this song is everything. It's called The Light of Day. Called The Light of Day. I've had it in my playlist for a minute. In multiple playlists. It comes on my my Amazon stuff all the time, but every single time it breaks me. Every single time. It makes me want to just throw my arms up and spin. Just dance, just fucking breathe and be free. You know, it's almost like it makes me picture, and I don't even know how the imagination works, because to me, it creates something that's so real, but it's not there. Whether sometimes it will project me in a forest or in a field, and it's just me. But it's light, and the sun is just shining. And yet it just is. But it's just me. It's just me. It's always been just me. But like I said, you know, every day I grow stronger in the human aspect of me being alone. In the human aspect of me being different. In the human aspect that I am not like you. I am not. I'm me. And that's okay. I don't claim to be like you. I don't claim to be like anybody. Maybe I have genetic ties to a mom and a dad that I've never seen in existence. Or that I can remember. But like, to me, like, I'm falling in love with nature so much more every single day. Like, they're the most consistent thing in my life. They've always been there. The rains always fell from the sky. The rivers have always ran. The grass always fucking grows. The trees always bloom. The flowers live and they die. I've had infatuation with squirrels. I've had infatuations with a lot of things, but it's not like, it just is. Like, I just like it. Like, you just like it. You just love it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, just the innocence of it. And it just does what it does. It does what it does to survive. And, like, it's not right, it's not wrong, it just does it. And, like, maybe I just wanted to be that, because, like, at least in nature, other than humans, like, they do what they do. Yeah, they fight, they may do this battle, but that's, like, to me, that's a beautiful idea of existence, because they're doing it for a reason. Like, they have a fucking reason to act the way that they do. Why do we act the way that we do? We're better. We're fucking smarter. We have fucking thumbs. We have brains. We can draw. We can create. We can use tools. And then we roll back to animals. Like, are you a fucking animal or are you human? Huh? If you were meant to be an animal, you would be a fucking animal. But you're not. So when we rape and we pillage and we run around and go on crusades and we kill in the name of a god that we don't even know exists. They come from storybooks written by man. It's fucking ignorant. There's an aspect of it that's beautiful, but the repercussions are fucking real. When you come to the Americas and you wipe out fucking races of animals, and then they do it to the men and women. It doesn't matter that they were a different color, that they didn't speak the same language, but they came in the name and they took everything in the name of technology and God. They knew what they were doing. Our history books are full of just shit, of disgust. And then you have holidays for it. You praise genocide. Like, what's your fucking problem? And then you fight and bicker and complain about stupid shit. Stuff that you guys are being programmed with all the time, and you choose. Oh, well, this guy wants this. Well, we're all slaves. We're not the lawmakers. Think about a lawmaker. Lawmakers make laws because they don't have to fucking follow them. Or they don't impact them as much as they will who they're making the laws for. And then they distract you with everything. You distract yourself with it. Like, it's cool, man. Whatever. There's a balance in things. We're humans. We create things. We create sports. We create basketball. We've done all this stuff, but if you look at all that stuff, I mean, it's all mimics of history, and it's not. We can take it back to whatever, but then you give it all your time. You give it all your focus. You neglect your kids because you're fucking watching the game. Shut up! I'm watching the game. I deserve this. I worked hard for this big ass TV. I worked hard for this house. I work hard all week. Shut the fuck up and let me watch this game. You neglect your wives, you neglect your women, you neglect your parents. It's the system that's caused us to become this way. Work, 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 money, 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 money to survive. When everything is free. It doesn't mean you don't have to work to eat. You know, I can talk about all kinds of things that people are going to come up with ignorant ass like, well, you got to eat, you got to make the food. Yeah. So why don't we focus on that? Why don't we focus on what we need, the basic needs of survival first, as a people? Do what you want. But when the system crashes, we will all be the same again. When the faith that you put in men before you, and a money system that is fucking flawed, it's invisible, it's fake, do your research on it, it's a make 'em up games in another dimension. Literally. In another fucking dimension. With ones and zeros. With no accountability. Controlled by few. And implemented to the masses. Now we have technology. Now we can do this right. Now we can take time. We have machines. We can create machines to work for us. Not against us. Not to control us. But to help us free up our time. So we can live between birth and death. In max potential. To find out what we've been missing, which is fucking love, which is interaction, which is intimacy with your family, with your friends. Which is bringing out everything that you can that's been hidden away on the inside. Innovation. Ideas. Imagination. Love. My life is exactly what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be walking the line of life and death. I'm supposed to be flirting with good and evil. Put me on a cross. My left hand good, my right hand bad. Or vice versa. It doesn't fucking matter. Christ was supposed to be the bridge. The bridge of what is supposed to be true. The bridge of nature and his creator, not of man. Not of the systems and religion. What do you think he did? He walked around not judging anyone, just saying, come as you are, come as you are, come as you are. And then leave as you are. Not come as you are and let me fucking form you into something that's not you. Come. And I'm going to tell you how to be more of you. How to be what you're intended to be. To the max potential. Which is love. Which is life. Which is living. Which is giving. Which is giving what you got. Everything. Always. If you don't want to change, it was like, I know. So I'll speak my piece to you. One time. One time. Because the rest of the world, they may listen. And if I continue to give you time over and over and over again, then I will be neglecting someone who is willing to do the work and change, and to be the image of his creator, which is free will, which is love. But instead, we want to fight about this, we want to fight about that. You got someone doing this. Yeah, maybe it's ignorant. I'll give it to you. Maybe it doesn't make any fucking sense. Who cares? But is it what's important? Everyone in this earth is humans. Everyone needs love. Everyone's been fucking neglected. Everyone's been mistreated. Everyone's been everything. Like, we are literally all the same. We all come out of a fucking vagina, bro. Or a stomach. We come out of a woman. All of us. And you can claim or say whatever you think a woman is, but we come from something that can house us and create us on the inside. I cannot do that. No matter what surgeries I have, it is fucking impossible. Maybe in the future we could have that technology. I think it's a waste of time. Because that's not how it's been. It's not how we're made. Do what you want to do. No one really fucking cares. And if they make a stink about it, it's because they're fucked up in their own head. And they're just deflecting the fact that they don't trust themselves. They don't even know themselves. So instead of looking at themselves and going, I'm wrong, something's wrong with me, I need to fix it, they're looking at other people trying to play the blame game. Distract from themselves because they're the one that's really fucking hurting. And then they find a false hope in a religion and a God that breathes hate, that is hate, but it's not from God, no creator. God is of man. God is less than. God is what you make these basketball players. God is what you give your time, attention, and focus to, which is green money, which is dead. What you think is worth everything and it's worth nothing. It's not even fucking real. Yeah, we use it's energy. It's not negative, but it's not a reason to do anything, to exist. You're better than me because you have more money than me? Are you serious? Stand in front of me. Bring trailers of money. Stand in front of me. We have the same amount of time. I die when I die, and you will die when you die. Money doesn't prove anything. You could die on the way there. With your trailers full of money. For what? For what? I could have a heart attack and die right now. I could have a brain aneurysm and die right now. And if that's what's meant to be, it will be. I'm not afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of something that's out of my fucking control? Of something that only implements fear and stagnation? That incapacitates me and leaves me in the house crying like a little fucking bitch? When I know what I am, when I know I love, when I know everything that I'm doing now is because I did not get it growing up? So yeah, I want to give that to the world. I don't want anyone left behind. I was fucking left behind. Yeah, I was a hard-ass human being. And yeah, maybe they tried to help me. They didn't fucking try that hard. And yeah, I honestly think, like I said, so when you're a child, you don't listen to what your parents say. You learn by cues, by visual cues, by energy feelings, by emotions, by reading, by understanding the tone. Until the age of 7, I never came out of that. Because I realized that that was the best way to live. To understand the truth of what's really going on. What people really mean when they say I love you and then they backhand and use you and shit. Like, this is why I live the way this is why I'm so fucking smart. And it's not that I'm smart, I was just did what I had to do to survive. So I built these protection skills and I continued to use them. But I was split in the brain too, because like I was split, and whatever molestation helped split me. But when I was split, like I said, I still had that child way of learning. Which I would come at everything innocently, and then I would just eat it up. Eat it up. Be like, boom, good, got it. And then the other part was going, well, you're here, you're stuck. You can't get out of this. You're a child. Anything you do say, anything you do feel, any way you do act is fucking wrong because you get in trouble for it. So now you have to just kind of blend in and assimilate to the fucking world around you. You have to believe in what they say. You have to blindly fucking follow people that don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Because they had to blindly follow people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because they blindly followed people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the truth is. That they think the truth comes from a radio. And then from a TV. Little black mirror. With a whole other existence of reality. Is it real? Is it not? It's all a fucking show. Everything that I create, it's a fucking show. The only difference is I don't plan it. I push a button. It's 4:13. And then I live. I don't plan this shit. There's nothing to plan. It's life. You just gotta live it. You just gotta live it. God, it's so much more fun that way, dude. It's so much more fun. I went to a job yesterday. We started it later. I crawled underneath the house, did a little bit of work, but then I needed some 2-inch tees and stuff. Like, otherwise I couldn't really do the rest of the job. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go home and see what I got, because I know I have a lot of old plumbing stuff, or new, but it's just from old previous jobs. My house is full of shit, man. It's full of my past life. And as I go home, and I was like, the storm's coming in, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to Home Depot, get material, and then kind of just plan from there, because I'm not gonna crawl underneath this house when a fucking storm is coming through. Number one, it's just pointless. I don't want to be underneath the house anyways. I'm fucking tired of it. This makes no sense. My worth is way more than that. What I'm supposed to be doing is way more important than that. And I know it's just part of the plan, but there's still frustration in my mind where it's like, I need to be with people fucking all the time. But everything worked out. It had to be that way, and it did work out that way for a reason. Because it took the exact amount of time. I got to Home Depot, I got what I needed, I left, and I was like, well, I'm not going to a job because it's this time. There's no point in me driving back there and then working for 30 minutes. Like, no. So I was like, where am I going to go today? Where am I going to go today? I ended up right where I'm sitting right now. At this beach in Lock 3. Pull up, I walk, get out of my truck, and I walk straight to the water, and I'm going to start taking pictures, you know. And there's a guy, he's pretty far away, maybe 50 yards away, maybe not that far, but 45 yards away, 35 yards away, in a blue hat. He waves at me. I had no idea who he was from that distance, but he knew who I was. And so he walks up to me, and it's a guy I met through another guy I met. And it's just crazy. It was meant to be. You know, and it was so funny because he told me later, he was like, I thought about you earlier. On my way out here, I thought about you earlier. He was like, I wonder if this is where Cody takes those pictures at. And it looks, I think it is. And then I fucking show up. I show up. All because I didn't have the right fucking fittings. And this is my life all day, every day. Whenever we talk for a while, I end the rest of the night here, right? And I take pictures, storm comes in, fucking beautiful. I hop in my truck and just chill here for a little bit. And then I end up going to a restaurant. Well, I end up talking to some other random dude. For probably an hour and a half. Boom, perfect. I eat supper there, leave, I go to another restaurant because I'm gonna edit photos. I'm like, I got all these fucking photos. I edited a ton 2 nights before and the night before, and I just haven't been able to post them. And then I got tons of photos from yesterday. I'm behind, but not really. I know I'm not. That's what's so cool. It's like I understand that what I do, you know, there's balance in it. There has to be balance in it, and I understand a lot of times for me, but a lot of times the way I put myself where I end up is for a reason. And I just sit there and I do what I gotta do. I build my product. I edit my photos. I do all that shit. And I'm right where I need to be. And it's so funny because I watch, you know, a lot of this helps me gauge by the end of the day where my phone battery's at. Because I know how much time technically I have to edit photos before my phone dies. And so I kind of know like it's gonna end early. Because I only got 35% when I showed up, so I know I got this much time. But it works out every single time. Like my battery's 3%. Dude sits down right beside me. We start talking. He's like, dude, I'm a teacher. I teach at Belshire Elementary. And I was like, fuck, dude. So, dude, I went to 1st and 2nd grade there. And I'm pretty sure it's 1st and 2nd. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's bad. It's hood, man. It's all these kids. This is rough. It's rough. But he says, you know, he's a music teacher. And we just talked from there, man. From the end of the night there. And then So we were talking about some crazy shit, like, and it was just beautiful. It's meant to be. I gained knowledge from him. He gained knowledge from me. Kind of talked about some insecurity stuff, and we healed from it. And whatever. Who knows what we're gonna be together, in the future? Why we met. What I helped him with. What I helped him perceive something different, and how he helped me perceive certain things. And then there was another guy beside him, and I saw that guy the night before, 2 nights before. I saw him sitting there, but we didn't talk. And so then that night, like I guess I talk loud. My voice carries, I guess. I don't know. It's me. It's regular. And it's funny because like I was at an art place not long ago, like last week. I showed up and I was talking to one of my buddies, and a woman comes in there. She's like, "You guys got to keep your voice down. We heard you in here." And I was like, "Well, I wasn't even talking that loud." I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I guess my voice carries," and I know it does, but it's because it's power and it's truth, and people don't like that shit, especially because I'm a dominant energy that's more powerful than anyone you've ever met. And this is not a comparison game, but this is just because I stand rooted in myself and my creator and my earth. And so everything that I am, everything that I do, everything I stand for is everything. So I'm backed with that. So yeah, my voice carries. And all of creation is on my side. Literally. I am theirs and they are mine. But I thought about, so that triggered me later, because I knew why. I knew why. Talking too loud, using inside voice. And the woman who told me that, she was nice. It was what it was. And then evidently there was an important meeting in another room. But was it? Was it that important? It is if you want to save face. It is if you don't want to take a stand. It is if you're worried about money. If you're worried about hiding the truth. If you're worried about religion and status, then yeah, it was an important meeting. It's an important meeting if you're a fucking pussy. If you don't stand for anything, because you don't. You think you do. You're claiming that you do, but you don't. Because you can't even stand for yourself. In the act of you not standing for yourself, you accept everything from everybody else. All of the media, all of the world around you, all of who you think you're comparing yourself to, competing with the Joneses, worrying about your status and what someone thinks about you, then no one fucking cares. No one fucking cares. That sounds very harsh, but everyone's fucked up in their own mind, worried about the same thing. How is this person judging me? I'm like, that makes fucking zero sense. Like, because in the act, no one really does care. Because they're so deluded in their own mind, like, they're just worried about themselves. Does my hair look good? Am I enough for this person? It's all brokenness. It's all brokenness. It's all brokenness, man. That's what I'm saying, we're all broken. I'm not fucking broken. Doesn't mean I don't have trauma and shit that won't trigger me. That's part of life. But I've overcome it and I know how to defeat it. I know how to battle it in the moment. Doesn't mean it's not going to come up. But you got to have the tools, and then you got to have the trust in yourself that you know you can overcome it. And that it's worth giving 1 minute of your time to find out whatever reason and why it's coming up. Why you do need to face it. But whatever. So that happened. And then, let's see. And then, so we were just talking and met another guy. It was awesome, man. Meant to be. I can't even explain it. I don't even want to explain it. I don't need to explain shit to anybody. But my life is like the most synchronized surprise ever. Like, everything is a surprise. And I question nothing. Well, questioning everything at the same time. I question nothing about me anymore. I mean, there is some stuff I question, but a lot of times it's for the overall good of humanity. Those are my questions. What's the overall good for humanity? Because I know the overall good for nature, but it still involves humanity. And so, I'll fight for nature until I can't fight no more. And I'll do more with that in the future, but we can't even really even battle that until we even start coming together as humanity. Not separate races, not separate sexes, not separate religions, not separate anything. But until we can come together, we can't fix fucking anything. Until we can't agree upon anything worth agreeing upon as a whole, as a people. That's what I'm saying. Like, I start to look at this, and if the Tower of Babel was true, that's fucking beautiful. At least they, for once, had one fucking purpose. At least they came together as one group. Yeah, there were some outliners, but the majority of people came. And who was at fault? Probably the whoever led them, right? It was the pride and ego of man. The boastfulness of his actions, going, I want to go, if this is the truth, I want to go fight God. Yeah, because he would have said, I don't know what he would have called him, but I want to go fight whoever made me to prove that I'm something better. And it's like, you're not. You can't be. We're all equal, and that's something different. If he seeded this place, if he created this place, if he seeded you, if he had the technology, the idea, the willpower to create you, like, what's the fucking point? Like, unless for some reason he's trying to, I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about it. That's a weird ass idea. And that's probably what he came up with before that got him to the point of wanting to fight his creator. Going, well, what if my creator tries to kill me? You know, that's stupid. And then I don't care. I'm not afraid of my creator. Like, if he is everything, if the creator of all of this existence created everything, like, why would I be afraid of him? That makes zero fucking sense. He can do whatever he wants. Why be afraid of that? I just need to hold up my end and just be the best me. Because he didn't make me to be less than. I'll tell you that. He didn't make me to be subjugated to another man. I'll tell you that. He made me to be the max me. Means I have the most knowledge I can possibly have, to be the strongest I can possibly have, to love the hardest I can, to give the most I can, to inspire the most I can, to help the most I can, to love the most I can. Because anything less than that is fucking just pointless. Pointless. Because I'm not living to what my intent is supposed to be. Man. But it was meant to be, dude. It's so sick, bro. And like it says, like I've met more people. I've met more people in a year and a half. Even if for just a moment. And our energies collide. Our realities collide. Our existence collide. And it's so much fucking more real than I've had interactions with my family my whole life. Me and my little brothers had some really real moments. And I hate talking about my family because then I feel like I'm bringing my little brother into that, and I'm not. Like, he is different. He is different. He is different. And a lot of times when I talk about my family, like I don't really include like cousins and all that shit. They're just people that I know. Yeah, and I love them. But they're not a lot of what I talk about when I'm talking about family. Because like even in my idea, and I've told my little brother this, and I've talked to him about it. I was like, and I've said this to my family all the time. I was like, it's only you. If anyone that I consider family, it's only you four. End of discussion. If this is some word that you need me to speak, it was only y'all. Doesn't mean I wouldn't do everything for everybody else. Because I was a helper, I was a giver. I won't now. Oh, fuck no, I won't now. It would be graded on each instant. But other than that, like, it's just, whatever. I can't do everything for you. Hell, I can't do anything for you. Except be me. Whatever that means and whatever that looks like. Yeah, dude, I laugh, bro. Because, man, I just love it. And it's weird, man, because people... We started talking last night, and one guy came back, and he said something about his insecurity. And we were like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, dude, none of us thought of that. Like, none of us. That was not even in our reality. And so we kind of started talking about our insecurities. And, he was talking about that. I was like, dude, none of us thought about it. And, I told him, I was like, dude, I was adopted, so my skin color was a big issue. And, like, he's like, we didn't think anything about it. And then I told him, I was like, well, my teeth. I think my teeth are fucked up. And he's like, dude, your teeth are fine. I'm like, well, I get it. I was like, but this is how it kind of works. You're creating this reality, a perception of what you think that you are. And that's not how anybody else in the world perceives you until you bring it up. Nobody cares. And you start to understand that, like, all this judgment is you. It's all self-inflicted. You are your own judge. Like, you are creating your own fucking reality, and if you don't like it, it's because of you, not anybody else. And if someone does bring up a judgment like that, it's because they're fucked up and they just want to get you before you get them. Because they're just so insecure about themselves. And if you have some kind of quality, if you outshine them, they're going to put your ass down as quick as possible because they feel so shitty about themselves. It's just a mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. Get him before she gets me. Because he outshines me. He's more confident in himself. I was like, why can't we just fucking love each other? And help each other understand that, like, you're perfect the way you are. Like, you can't change it. If you think you're fat or heavy, like, go work out. Change your habits. If you accept yourself that way, then do it. If that's really what you want to be. And I'm overweight. I mean, of course, I've been overweight since I was born. Evidently, I was husky, stocky. I'm 5'4" and I weigh 180 pounds. And I mean, at one point I was pretty fat. 220 is pretty rough, bro. And like now 180. I still got a stomach, but it's like I can do anything I want. So I just haven't made time to go work out. I need to, I guess, but the things that I'm doing is so mentally commanding. That it's like I don't have the energy. I really don't. I don't have the energy or desire to be any more tired than I actually am. Because it's been a fucking tiring journey. Very tiring. Max difficulty for me. I love this kid, man, I met last night. Because I just kept saying these little, like I said, I told him, I was like, everybody's life is max difficulty for them. Like, it has to be. I've thought on this for months, for a year. And it would come up in my thoughts going, what separates and makes me different than somebody else? Like, in all reality, if this was just a video game. And then when you think about video games itself, like, I correlate everything with everything. Because it's all creation. It means it's all coming from us. And so, like, the ideas, the spectrums, they're real. If you take the time to kind of decipher them and break them down, you're going to understand that everything correlates with everything. And everything is true based on mathematical problems. Or some type of equation. I wouldn't say math itself, but just like an equation. And that can look like anything. It could be a triangle and a square equals rainbow. Who fucking knows? If you can build it and you can come up with the right answer, it doesn't matter. But that's just kind of the way the world works. Anything imaginary, if you put enough time, focus, and attention into it, you can fucking make it real. And if you have enough people believe in said such thing, or you believe strong enough, it will be real. This is where all these entities or ideas or this or that or work. This is why they work. Because you give it power. Because you're so fucking strong. You're a fucking generator of imagination. Like, of existence, of energy. You make something out of nothing. But there's never not nothing. Because it comes out of you. And that's always something. That's everything. So yeah, I correlate a lot of things to video games. And it's like, you think about it, like, you could line 10 of us up. We can play the same video game, same map, same character, same attributes. But everyone's going to play different. Everyone's going to play to their strengths. Or, I don't know, you can play to your weakness. I don't know why you would do such thing. But you could. Maybe if you wanted to get better, and you knew what you was weak at, you'd play a different style. I like to do that sometimes, but I'm just weirdo. And so like everybody's life, and a lot of times, man, I would break this down so much. I was like, so being if I was the way I was, and you know, we weren't dirt poor, we were just regular. I don't know, it's just regular to me. To me, it just seemed regular. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it just was. Maybe we had less than some people, but we also had more than others. So, but you think about maybe someone who was born, like, think of like an elite or something, or a rich kid like you watch on TikTok, and he's pouting about his dad cutting his credit card. It's like, that kid has struggles too. Maybe he doesn't have struggles like we do, but we cannot compare. Because his existence and my existence are two different things. Everything in his life is catered to him. Everything in my life is catered to me. Which makes us equal. Meaning one is not better or worse than the other. And you think about it like this. You think about it like, so say that rich kid has, like his dad's never home because his dad's always working, right? His mom's doing whatever because they got, I don't know, who knows what rich people do? I don't fucking clue. And then, so the kid's raised by the nanny. So maybe he does get some kind of nature nurture. But it's from someone who's not even his mom, right? And then he's neglected by his mom. He doesn't feel like he's loved by his parents, you know? And so, like, so what is that kid missing? He's missing exactly what he's intended to miss. And so, like, and then you got people in Africa who live in a garbage dump, that have zero food, or that have to scavenge and eat less than, all this stuff, live in filth and waste, but they're together. They have real love, nature nurtured. Maybe they even have a dad and a mom together and the kids. So they may have more than what I got. Maybe I had a roof over my head and we had food. But we all got neglected, and it wasn't my mom's fault. She had to go work all the time because of whatever the situation happened. And so it's like everyone's life is max difficulty for him, for them, for you. Everyone's struggles are valid, but it's like you're just gonna sit in those. You're just gonna allow that to dictate your life forever. And yes, we do, but it's because no one has time. Because of the money system, and no one even knows this stuff. No one's willing to sacrifice money, friendship, relationship, chance of love, and giving it back to themselves. When that's the answer. That's always been the answer. Your Jesus always is because of the Father, because of my Father, my Creator. The Creator is in you as He is in me. He's like, look back at yourself. All the answers are in you. That's how you connect. You are a antenna. And science proves that we're antennas. Science proves that your hair are antennas. Science proves all this. So we can use your science doctrine too, which is a religion. And a lot of science is bullshit. They call it fact when it's not a fact. It's a theory. Because we can't prove anything that we have not lived through. We've never been to the sun. We can assume that it works the way that we do if we measure it with some big-ass fucking laser, based on the reflection time, based on sonar. But then again, we gotta blindly trust a government that fucking writes bills all day long that are nothing but harm and control. That we have CIA papers, we have stuff that's coming declassified when they are the ones who sent the drugs into the projects. They're the ones implementing welfare that's causing women, that's making it more logical for women to not get married and have more kids, so the government just gives them money. They're the one making us slaves to themselves. Like, they're very fucking smart. They're playing a game of, it's not even chess. It's another whole game, but they're showing you that they're playing checkers. And then we think that they're playing chess, and like, no, they're not even fucking playing a game. They're just watching us act the fool. Watching us get stuck in media. Watching us, pick sides in everything. When no side is absolute. When every side is wrong. And every side is right. Like, we're in supposedly the greatest country in the world. I look at it differently. We do have the amenities. We do have the conveniences. But love? You guys are fucking shitting me. You guys don't know fucking love. You don't know what real love is. Dude, everyone's cheating on everyone. And I don't care what you do. But the fact that someone you're supposed to love, someone you're supposed to respect, someone that you have kids with, you can't even fucking have the respect to go, you're neglecting me. Someone started giving me attention. My lower regions, they're heating up. I went out and got drunk with somebody and we ended up fucking. And then now it's like, I like fucking. Because you're not fucking me. And it's okay. Well, you should have gave me more attention. You should have done this. It's like, well, no, you probably should have fucking spoke up too. It's double-sided. Every relationship is 50 fucking 50. I don't know why we forgot this. And I look at this very, it sucks. I feel bad, because some of it, that's just a blanket statement, because some of the shit's not. A lot of it, some of it is like, man, it's not. It's so every individual relationship, but, like it's self-inflicted. Everything is self-inflicted for both parties. I'll tell you that. If I go hang out with some girl and she's fucking shady, and it's not good or bad, and she just wants to do whatever she wants to do, and she treats me like shit, and I continue to give her attention, or I go out of my way, or I give her money, or I do this, do that, and then she just keeps disrespecting me, like, that's fucking on my fault. I know who she is. And maybe I'm projecting that I see better in her, or that I'm expecting her to change, that you can't change anyone. And so ultimately, the problem is me. To accept that behavior from somebody else, where it's like, if she's never going to treat me with respect, I'm overgiving, like, obviously this is not going to work out. I'm only going to be disappointed, and she's always going to eat her cake. It's not good, it's not bad, but it's self-inflicted pain. It's like, you know what? Maybe that bitch doesn't deserve me. Think about it like that. Maybe I'm better. Maybe I am better. And you kind of have to think about it like that, going, what do I deserve? I know she's hurting. I know she's been through some shit. I know he's been through some shit. I know he's hurting. But if I continue to stay in that, it kills me. Then I'm not holding my value up. I'm not respecting me now. It's not only is she not respecting me, I'm not respecting me for staying, which only breaks me down. Now, I'm not saying go get a divorce, everybody, but you fucking know the answer. You already know the answer. Like, literally. Is it gonna work or is it not? You fucking know. You know, and it takes work. It takes fucking communication. In anything, whether it's job, whether it's business, whether it's mom and dad relationship, whether it's marriage, whether it's a kid and parents relationship, anything, it takes communication, but it takes honesty. Not just communication, but fucking honest communication on what you want, what you expect, and then what's actually gonna happen. What kind of compromise can you come? What kind of goals do you have together? I hate goals. I think goals are stupid. I honestly, like, the whole concept of a goal fucking flips me out. There's got to be a better word for it for me, because for me it just doesn't seem like it's real. And maybe I've just never had a goal. Like I said, but the only really goal that I have is to be the best me always in the now. Like right now, be the best that I can be. And then living to that. And going that there's only so many things in this goal of right now that I can even change and fix. And then, like, what am I sacrificing to make sure that the best version of me, what's in this body, what's in this containment field of existence, like, what does that mean? What does being the best version of you mean? And then shaping that for yourself. It's kind of what I've done. Well, I've neglected anything outside of me. Any kind of external this or external that, or and understand, like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it looks like this. Yeah, maybe I don't have this money that I can do this or do that with it right now. I was like, but what lasts forever? Or what is forever? What is reality? What is real? What is important? Me. I'm more important than a dollar. Dude, I'm more important than $10. $20. Fucking all the dollars in existence. You can't fucking buy me. You can't buy my brain. You can't buy my understanding. You can't buy the way I walk. You can't buy the way I talk. You can't buy my whole life experience up until this point. You can't. Because I'm not fucking for sale. And then there's other people that are for sale. You know, it doesn't mean I'm definitely probably gonna have OnlyFans, and I'm definitely gonna be naked. Today was kind of the crossing point. Was like, that's the best idea. It's not about money. It's about why the fuck not? Because it doesn't fucking matter. That's not what fucking matters. I could sling my dick around the world. Who cares? Like, what does that do? Oh, that's so bad. Is it? What's the issue? So now you're telling me that my body is fucking wrong. Is it? Or is it because you're fucking not comfortable with yourself? It's your issue, not mine. You don't have to watch my content. You don't have to listen to anything I speak. That's the fucking point. I'm giving you nothing but free will. You don't have to be my friend on Facebook. You don't have to see my post. You don't like it? Fucking defriend me. You know what? And call me. And I'm going to say peace. I love you. Holla. Go have fun. I love you either way. Go watch the news. Go put yourself in the state of fear about shit that doesn't fucking even exist or matter. Go create your own problems like you continue to do. You're afraid, you're afraid. The shit will manifest that way. If you're worried about this, at some point it's gonna fucking happen because you're gonna make it happen. If you're worried about commitment with someone, like, you're never gonna have a commitment. If you're worried that it's not gonna work out, yeah, it's not. Because you're gonna do the shit subconsciously so it doesn't. So you can self-fulfill your own prophecy. That's how fucking strong you are. You get what you give. You get what you think. You get what you create. Why don't you choose to create something good? Why don't you choose to create something better? Something you really want. Do you want to be alone? Or are you just afraid of being alone? And that fear is overpowering your want. Because the fear causes you to become incapacitated. Which means you don't do action. Which means you stay in your bed. Which means you play video games all the fucking time. But you don't better yourself. You don't learn how to communicate. You don't even learn about what you need to communicate about. You can't even communicate to yourself. You're just quiet. You don't tell anyone what's going on in your head. You don't even tell yourself what's going on in your head. You try and drown yourself out with booze and alcohol and drugs all the time. I do. I use it. I use drugs and alcohol. I use it in a different aspect. Like, I battle shit when I'm in that stuff. It brings it up. It helps me get away from all the external sources that fucking molded me into something that I'm not. It helps me get out of the cage. It's like acid burning the cage down, and I'm able to break through. I become free and breathe fresh air. And think about and see things that I could never see before. Things I could never understand before. But it's only because I give them real time. I look in that direction, and then I walk towards it so I can get closer and see what I need to see, what I need to change, what's real. You know, I get out of a screen. I don't know what's going on in the world. Like, I really don't. And I don't give a fuck. You know what I know? I know that the grass is green. I know the trees are blooming. I know when they bloom and when they're not, when they die from the cold frost. Like, I know everything about all my nature around me. I know last night the water was real low, probably 12 feet back. Today the water is all the way up. Pretty high. It's not all the way, but I know when the black diver ducks are here and when they're not here. I know when a duck is missing at the park, or when one's missing and he's not there today. I know when a tree breaks. I know when a new piece of driftwood appears on the lake, on the thing. I know when a new hole is dug in this sand that wasn't mine. Is that important? I don't fucking know. But I know. And I'm okay with it. It doesn't worry me. It's not negative. It's not positive. It just is. It's crazy. I know when there's new footprints in the mud, in the woods, in the sand. I walk somewhere today. Someone was wearing Reeboks. Like, I know everything. I see everything. I see what I need to see. I see what I can change. And it all starts with me. It starts with me being honest with myself. It starts with me putting out content and talking about whatever, whenever I want to talk about it. What I feel the need to. Understanding that there's real repercussions, there's real shame and guilt that comes with it from other people. It's not my shame and guilt, otherwise I wouldn't speak about it. Life is fun, bro. Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be fun. You're supposed to smile. You're supposed to skip. You're supposed to get wet and play like a child, man. Like, why is that supposed to stop? That makes zero fucking sense. Why do they have so much freedom? And they don't anymore. Other than you give them free time to just be in a computer screen. In another existence that's being controlled by somebody else. It's all just making sheep from a young age. It's programming your likes and desires. It's splitting your brain. It's causing these kids to have, with the chemicals and then their attention spans. And then so they can put them on chemicals because they're just being regular and they got energy. And then the parents can't handle it because they don't have time because they're stressed and always worried about money. And then they're worried about their husband's cheating on them. Or the wife's cheating on them. Or our parents are getting old. Our parents are sick. Our parents are having dementia. Like, what do we do? You know, everything is just so worrisome. And it's like, why don't we face the real problems then? Why are we just always putting band-aids on shit and solving problems with a fake existent money that's not even solving a problem? And then using drugs and chemicals that are creating even more problems. And it's like, it's so crazy, man. And so now it's like we are at a time in existence where we have technology, right? We have medicines. But we're not curing anything. We have cancer medicines. The government bought it up and fucking hid it because it doesn't come with money. It doesn't keep the system working. You know? And then you have all these other rules and regulations that we have, you know, police that are for profit, or they're for revenue. Yes, they do help, but the system is built for revenue. And I get the theories, oh, well, you know, if we just let everyone speed and we never stop no one, then it would be crazy. But it's all like a trickle-down effect of like this random bullshit. Well, like maybe if all the prices of shit wasn't so fucking high, people weren't so stressed, and they didn't have this, they didn't have that, and we could just live, slow down, not always have to be in a hurry, because time is money. Exchange of your life for a fake dead thing, just so you can survive, so you can put your kids in after school care, in daycare, so you see your kids 2 hours a night and then they go to sleep, and you don't even see them that much. You don't even eat supper with them, and even if you do, everyone's on their fucking cell phone. There's no human connection, there's no intimacy. No one knows anyone. Everyone feels fucking alone. Everyone's afraid. If anything good comes into your life, you think it's a fucking trap. That's not possible. Because you've never seen what goodness is. It's funny, bro. It's funny. God, it's so funny. And I know too, I've done the same thing, you know. I've always kind of looked for like, you don't trust anyone, and you're always like, well, at some point it's gonna be bad, right? At some point someone's gonna, but it hasn't happened lately, because now, like, I don't think about it anymore. Whatever's meant to be will be, and I just hope for the best. I don't assume the worst anymore. But like I said, I manage this because I set boundaries up of only equal give and take. Dude, I've eaten this week. I haven't paid shit. I mean, I bought something this morning, but at night, like, people keep buying my food. People just keep buying me shit. Makes zero sense. Other than it makes all the sense in the same, and I appreciate it. Because it's cool. It helps me. When we got through talking last night, the guy was like, the information that you gave me tonight, that we talked about, it's fucking priceless. It's fucking priceless. I'm like, I know. I was like, but we equally exchanged here. We're equals. Because that's all wrapped up in the currency of time, which is the bridge. That's the cost. It doesn't fluctuate. It doesn't go up 500 points. It doesn't go down 500 points. It's always the same. Always the same. So that's what I deal in. That's my crypto. Time. That's my currency. That's what I put my faith in. And that I have right now. Until I have no more right nows. So yeah, we talked about some fire ass stuff, man. We talked about the reality of heaven or hell. We kind of just really touched on heaven, because if you only, or hell, because you really only have to touch on one. But with the concept of hell comes with shame and guilt and like preach and hate, right? Because it's one thing to say to your brother, like, I don't want you to get drunk and fall asleep in a house with a cigarette in your mouth and you're gonna burn to death. Or, I don't want you to drive home because you're intoxicated. It's different to say you're gonna burn for eternity and then defend your pride and ego on something that you don't even fucking know. That no man knows, technically. And he brought up the good point. He was like, once you're dead, right? So how do you know? There's no dead person that's come back and said, hey, you're going to burn in the fire pit of hell. I've been there. I was in hell. But then I came back up for a minute. I want to tell you about it. And then you can go back down. And then if someone did tell that story, like, what do we got? One of those? I could have made that shit up. It's fucking control, bro. It doesn't mean you can just do whatever the fuck you want and be mean. No. But I've never once preached that. I preach, don't infringe on somebody else's free will. Don't harm people. Love people. That's what I preach. Do what you want to do. Don't infringe. Don't make people do anything. Don't manipulate. Don't trick. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't take something that's not yours. Talking at the beach sucks a little. Because I can't just hop out of my truck and piss. But I can do other things. But I guess I could. I don't know. Piss in a Gatorade bottle. Dude, I'm savage. I'm weird. There's some things that matter and there's a lot of things that don't, man. And, it's like we all do the same stuff. We all shit. We all piss. We all fart. We all get sick. We all... Dude, like we're all the same. Like, that's just... I just don't get it. I don't get it. If all our body processes work exactly the same, so then... I just don't get it. I don't get where you guys get off on anything else. Like, I don't get it. I don't see where you guys separate each other. Like, it makes it's the most diluted thing of existence. It really is. Like, it doesn't compute. Like, there's no mathematical equation. Or there's no reason for it. Like, you guys, I don't get it. It makes zero sense. Like, I can't see you differently than me. I don't care who you are. Like, and then that, to me, that means we all have the exact same struggles. We have the exact same emotions. We have the exact same health issues. So, like, why don't we deal with those? Right? Like, that's what bridges us and makes us the same. It's because every fucking process in the human body is exactly the same as everybody else. And so it's like, what keeps us alive, right? The survival of our human body is the same. So everything outside of that is fucking false. And not near as important. It's not important at all. You got $250 pair of Nike shoes, and I buy my shoes from Walmart. So what? So what? That makes you better? That makes me worse then? Or even the fact that I don't care about money, did that make me better? And you worse then? No, we're the fucking same. We should just get the whole world, line us all up and just drop fucking everything. Take all our clothes off and just look at each other. Huh. You got titties too? You got fingers too? You got arms too? You got skin too? You got eyes too? You got hair too? Or you don't? You're still in that mold of a human. We're all the same. Who cares? There's no difference. The difference is why you make it. You guys, and it's not us. I mean, it's not you. I mean, it is you, but it is us until you choose to say, this is stupid. I'm not going to waste my time and energy anymore, and I'm not going to let them win. Because they're the ones dividing you with church, with religion. My God or your God. Either way, both your gods suck. Man, it's my team or your team. Both your teams suck. You know, and then you look at it, you break it down in the concept of like, if your God, like literally, this makes complete sense to me. If your God doesn't like another group of people, like why don't he fucking go kill them himself? Huh? Your God? Go kill them. They're bad people, go take care of them. It's not my deal. I'm not the creator. It's not my place to put shame and guilt on people. It's not my place to tell them what they're doing. This is your wishes. This is in your book. To spread hate? Well, then you go do it, Pop. Why would I do that? It's ignorant. Why would I follow you? Why would you want me to do it? It's dumb. You're the powerful one. You know? There's just a lot of like issues with it. Like it makes zero fucking sense, bro. Oh, there's rules here? Well, you're the creator of the rules. Fix it. And the point is because it's a book of man. You know, and it could be a book from the creator, yes. But the interpretation and the control is of man. And completely diluted. Completely diluted. When, like, they're just principles. Like, read them as a principle. You know? Don't fucking hurt people. Don't manipulate people. Don't trick people. And if nobody did any of that stuff, we wouldn't have any problems. Help your neighbor. If we all helped each other, like, does that not make fucking sense? What if we all sat down, Indian style, in a big ass fucking circle, and just listen and help the person beside you? What would that change? What if you just looked at them and said, I love you? And fucking meant it. And then looked at the person on the right and said, I love you. Here's my number. I'm your buddy, you're my buddy. You need something, you call me. I need something, I call you. We'll be there. What would that change? No alternative motives, no nothing. We just truly helped each other. What would that change? or every week you just went out with one person and talked about all your struggles. You don't have to do it with the world, but if you just had one real person, and then they had a real person other than you, like two people, and you guys just rotated, like how much growth would you have? And if you always had a consistent person to be there for you, that would listen to anything that you said. No shame, no guilt, but just love and acceptance. And together you could solve a problem with two different perspectives. That's what marriage is supposed to be. To help me see another perspective. To help me where I'm weak at. Because you've had the life experience and I haven't. So what did I do? Well, I found that maybe I'm gonna marry nature, bro. Because evidently no human yet. I mean, there's got to be another one of me. There's got to be someone like me, at least. At least the same ideals. The same want to be their best self. Because that's fucking attractive. I don't care what you look like. Who cares? You want to be your best self and you're going to do whatever it takes to do that, and you want to help people and love people and you have a fucking heart and compassion. That's the most attractive shit in the world. Yeah, we may not be rich. Probably ain't gonna be rich. You freely help, you freely give, you're not gonna be rich. Based on the standard of the world. Not in money, but you're rich in knowledge, you're rich in love. You're rich in what fucking matters. You're a king, you're a queen. You're rich in being an example. You're a leader of what truly matters. I'll be a trailer park king and queen. Don't care. I'll be a live under the bridge king. I'll eat beanie weenie king. I don't care. Just love is real. And compassion is real. The interactions, the real interactions, the real intimate, the real in the now, the true. Speaking of each other's hearts. Dude, I get so fucking high. Like, I have so much joy and contentment when I'm sitting with a stranger and, like, we just start healing through shit together. It's like nothing else in existence fucking matters. Like, I start to look at this a lot more, where sexuality or sex itself is such a distraction. There's a time and place. But a lot of what I do in the world, like, I don't think about sex during the day at all, really. Like, maybe if I go home, I will, but when I'm with human beings, like, I don't care if you're the hottest woman in the world, in the moment, and we're working on stuff like that, or getting to know each other like that, or trying to help heal, like, the sex never comes up. Like, it's not even like a thought. Now, maybe late at night, if I'm drinking or something, and we're vibing differently, we're just shooting the shit, you know, like, that's different. But, like, when I'm really talking to someone about important stuff, like, my animalistic side is gone. It doesn't exist. because the purpose of what I'm there for is human, is divinity, which is no sex, which has nothing to do with sex or pleasure that way. Because the happiness, like the well-being of your mind, is way more pleasurable, way more beneficial. It actually is a better high. It's a longer one because it's not tied to your physical attributes either. And so like that high for me is actually better than any kind of fantasy of having sex with someone or attractiveness to someone. As long as I'm not like super, it depends on the situation. Like if we're not talking about that kind of stuff, yeah, I'll think about it. Or if we're vibing and we have like some kind of sexual tension or energy between us, then that's different. But usually that's only at night. Like during the day, I'm a totally different human. And I talk about it. I talk about it all the time, where it's like I guess you could say I'm not bipolar. I know I have a light and dark side. I have an animalistic side that comes out more at night. And kind of during the day, my purpose is one thing, and then at night, my purpose is something different. It's almost like, so during the day, and then I guess when I'm eating late at night, like a lot of those situations end up being like teaching lessons too. And so they're not sexual. But like maybe when I leave there or something, then maybe like my animalistic side wants to come out, you know, and that's different. But I'm in control of that still, and I understand it, and so I put the boundaries on it. I control it enough. I know I have to take care of it and deal with it, so I do. But it never hinders me in me teaching, on me being true and authentic and real with people. Before it used to. Before I gave myself time, before I learned, before I was chasing external validation. So I think I've heard something and it makes sense to me. So women want attention. This is where they find their worth. Men deem the same quality in sex. So it's like if a woman that wants to have sex with you or has sex with you, that's where we get that reward or that validation. Where women do it differently. They just need attention, and so they're attention seeking. And that may not be. That's just an overall statement. I'm not gonna say it's completely true, but that's how we get validated. So I kind of bypass that validation from an external need, because it's like, no, I validate myself, and I understand that I'm at a different level than everyone else. I'm not comparing. I understand me. So I understand that technically I'm the problem because I'm on top of a mountain and everyone else is not. And so you look up at me and maybe I'm standing above you, I'm intimidating, but I'm really not. I shouldn't be. But it's only because you're not confident in yourself. And it's like, when you come to me, like, I'm not breaking you down. Like, if you come to me, speak to me like a human, like, you're gonna find out there's no competition here. There's only love. I'm literally mimicking you. That means I am morphing my energy to you, literally. I'm making myself open to you. I'm putting my whole existence on the same vibration as you. So you become welcomed in and we're equal in the now. There's no one better or worse. We are the same. We are just humans sitting together, conversating together, and trying to solve problems. It's not a comparison game. There's no winners. We're all fucking losers. We all lose the game of life. We all will die. Supposedly. These vessels will die at least. Supposedly. As of right now. who knows in the future, and they'd lived 1,000 years in the past. Who's to say we can't get back to that? But in order to be there, not only do you have to heal the body, you have to heal the mind. Because the mind ultimately controls the body. So you can learn how to program your subconscious, which is what's running the vessel, which is telling the vessel what to do. And so it's like when you buy a brand new computer, your computer runs fucking fast. But then after some time, and you keep getting all this crap on there, it slows down. It's too much information. Too many processes trying to go on. Do you need all those processes? Maybe you needed something one time and then it's there forever. So it's like you got to go back to simple, back when everything is clean. There's not much left. Well, you have tons of space left, but you only have a few processes that are even being processed at a time. So instead of 1,000 processes going on at one time, there's only 3. Survive. Survive, love, I don't know, wake up. Whatever the simple ones are. Keep my body healthy. Fight anything foreign. As long as I give it enough fuel. But see, now, with the introduction of chemicals and all this stuff, our body is always having to fight stuff. And then it just accepts it because it can't fight it, or it gets used to it being there. And then, like I said, then you have problems. It's all just a huge time frame of dumbing us down in every aspect, health-wise, body-wise, and what our bodies are capable of doing, what our minds capable of creating. And so, like, you think about it, I like to think about like how much time I've given myself, like overall up into 35 years. Like how much time did I really give myself for 35 years? I don't know, but it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because you think about entertainment. That's all I would do. Video games, or maybe fishing was cool. Fishing was like kind of that freedom time. No harm at least. Maybe music. But like productive, like thinking about things, solving problems that I needed to fix. Like for 35 years, like I can't even quantify a number, but I broke that number infinitely in the last year and a half, 2 years. Like I literally, I talked to someone, I was like, dude, and maybe even they mentioned it, like, you changed everything in a year and a half of your life. 35 years. And you changed everything. I said, yeah. I gave myself fucking time. I gave myself all of my time. That's what it took for me. It was what I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice everything outside of me. Because that's what I gave for 35 years. That's what I focused on. Everybody else but me. If I reach the light of day now. It's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than a poor man. If I reach the light of day now. Depends. I would assume it would be. I would assume it would be. Because like that money, it just keeps you fucking busy. You're always on the chase for more. You're never content with what you have. And then the only thing that money does buy you is what? Entertainment. So last week, man, I don't know if I talked about this. I don't know if I did or not. I don't know, because everything just happens so crazy every day. Like I said, I was at this bar, and the guy was like, I don't know, I didn't go to him. I was talking to a young lady, and him and another dude ended up coming to talk to me, and then he's started bragging about money and stuff, or talking about money, and I was like, dude, I don't really care about money. And he's like, well, then you're poor. I was like, I guess, bro. I guess, man. I don't know. Sure, I guess I'm poor, man. Like, but I don't care about money. Like, it's not, I need it, I gotta have it, like I said, but I guess I'm poor. So then when you choose your priority, you choose your number one, your God, right? What you give your time, attention, focus to, that's who you worship. It doesn't have to be one of these religious gods. It doesn't have to be this or that. But what you focus on, what you give your time and attention to, what is important to you, that is your God. Literally. That's your creator. It's not your creator, but it's what you're making your reason of existing for. So yeah, I mean, it seems like it would be difficult if you had tons of money, or that was your goal, or that's where you thought your happiness will be, and nothing but entertainment and chasing pleasures all the time, and chasing highs that cost money. And it's like, well, I just came to find out that really you can be just as happy without it. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Maybe you can't afford to buy a jet ski, but I just don't want to give a fuck. Like, a jet ski is whatever. It's not that fun anyways to me. Because it's always about people. That's the one thing, like, I play by myself all the time now. And I have fun in that. I have a blast. But like I said, it's always better with more. When I can see a smile on somebody else's face. When I can feel their energy. I can see them laugh. I can see them doing something that they've never done before. I can watch them become more confident. Trust themselves more. Dude, I went to the park yesterday, and I ended up being there, and these young kids, and it was the kids that I built the structure, and then they added stuff to it months and months ago. And so every time I see them, like, they just, oh man, we'll come to see you, I'm glad to see you. Like, just beautiful kids, man. They're probably 16, 15, like, but they're the spirits, man. They're just out here, they were catching crawdads, and so I told them I saw those snakes, and so they picked up what I was walking to show them one snake, and there was another one, so they picked it up, and then it ended up getting away, and then they went and tried to get another one that I showed them, and that one got away. But it was just cool, like, those interactions with those young kids, like, they just make me so happy because they're so pure. And one of them was teaching the other one how to throw a cast net, and it's like those moments, like, there's no malice. Like, there was no judgment between those kids. It's just pure acceptance of, like, that's my friend, and that's my friend. Like, that's my buddy, and he's my buddy. And it doesn't matter what we look like, with different colors, with different whatever, like, heights, and it just, there's none of that judgment, and it's like, and they don't judge me that way either. Like, they just smile, like, every time they see me, and we just laugh, and then we go our separate ways, and it's just so fucking pure. It's pure because, like I said, and then, like, that's what my relationships look like now. It's just happy to see each other. Like, even if we don't even talk other than like, hey, how you doing? What's up? You know, it's just clean. It's real. It's authentic, and I'm just waiting for like each time. When's that day coming? When's that day when they're gonna open up, and I can at least be there? I can at least listen. That I've put in the groundwork. That I've been consistent enough in their life that one day they feel comfortable enough to just speak. To just seek. But there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. You never know what people are going through, ever. You don't know what's in that infinite mind of creation. Like, I talked to a dude and he told me about another guy that just whatever, and he was like, dude, I talked to him and he was like, he's got everything. But he told me he was like suicidal, like every day. I'm like, fuck. I was just like, dude, I was like, man, you just, you know, you don't know what you do. You don't know whose life you save. You don't know what just listening does. And then what does it cost you? Why should it cost anything? Really? You know? Why should it cost anything? Anything at all? Like, why do we gotta put a cost on it? That's like I said, and that's another thing, because then it's like we're so worried about worth, but it's always about money. Like, we put money in when money doesn't even apply. Time is money. Time is money. Time is money. So we're always justifying, like, what am I getting in return? You know, and I think about relationships that way as well. It's like, everyone's like, you're looking for a partner, so you're like, well, you're justifying, like, how am I gonna benefit from this person? You know, like, and I kind of see women tend to be more about, like, how is this man gonna benefit me? Like, how is it gonna help me? How is it gonna make my life better? And I think that's a lot of what's jadedness in this world. Where it's like, no, you just gotta figure out how to fucking, like I was saying, you gotta figure out how to be happy on your own, and then everything else is extra. And then it's a pleasure. And yeah, it does have to benefit you. It can't harm you, but it's not your golden ticket. It's not your lifestyle. Like, but that's with the media, you know, like, you gotta live this lifestyle. You need all these fancy things. When it's like, but then all those things fail. All those relationships fail because you're basing it on a tangible money that only buys entertainment. You know, that only truly supplies entertainment. Yeah, you can buy food and stuff with it. Nah. But like your house, you don't need a fucking 7-bedroom house. There's only 2 of you, right? Why do you need that? I entertain a lot of guests. Okay. Do they just fucking stay there all the time? Like, well, I don't get it. But then why are you entertaining them? Like, why don't you guys just all live together? And fucking just all live there. And be a fucking family. I don't know. Do what you want to do, but it's like, it just seems like it's just a inflated, fake idea of existence that doesn't really fucking matter. You know, and that's why I see the businesses. That's why I see the way people run this, the way people run that. It's all a bunch of bullshit. And it's not real. It's all just, how can we present ourselves to be something that we're not? How can we walk around the world with our head high and flash our money and pretend to be okay when every time we go to the bathroom we're fucking crying? We just sit in the bathroom and shut the door and cry every day. Because we're not fucking happy. Because we're afraid. We don't love. We're surrounded by people, but all we do is feel fucking alone. No one understands me. No one understands what's going on in my brain. Well, yeah, because you don't tell nobody. And then if you do tell someone, you're afraid that they're going to make fun of you, shame and guilt you, or tell you you're wrong, or not try and help you, not even just accept you, but just, you know, treat you like shit or leave you. When it's like, I don't want to leave you ever. Fuck, you tell me the truth? Fucking ain't no one tell me the truth. You're the first person in the world. Wait, you're bipolar? Okay. Let's work on this together. But you have to want to work on it. And then if you're really going to tell me that kind of stuff, you at least need to try what I'm going to tell you to do. And it's going to take time. It's going to have to be consistent. And it's really not even going to involve me. Because it's you. It's a battle against yourself. It's a battle against your brain. It's a battle against the world. It's a battle against you needing external validation. When it's like you just need to learn how to validate yourself. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 deer. Dude, there's so many fucking deer, dude. At all different sizes. It's like, it's so pretty. What's up, bruh? No, as I said, I mean, I never took medicine or anything like that, but like for me, honestly, I think anger itself kind of kept me from like flipping out, which sounds very counterintuitive, but I just kept it to myself because I knew it wouldn't solve a problem, right? As I got older, I was like, just fuck this. Like, no one cares. No one's listening. No one even gives me a chance to listen. Anytime I think of anything on my own, like I get shot down or I'm wrong. And so if I was to say anything, they're like, no. No, it's like, so you feel like no one's gonna believe you, right? The way that you perceive things, the way you have perceived things, and so you're just afraid to speak up. Because like I said, you're gonna get shame and guilted. You're gonna be told you're wrong. Your family's not gonna accept you. Like. And then they prove it. And then they prove it. So, you know what I said, man? I'll help anyone. You come to me, I'll help you. The best way I can. I'll tell you everything I know. I'll tell you everything I've done. It's all on the internet. It's all there for you. It's just a map of what I did for myself. Now take it for yourself and and do it your way. But I think the one thing is you have to speak. And I would say you have to speak, you have to record it, and you have to listen to it. And you can add music to it, because it definitely makes it fucking easier. But I have to do multiple things at a time. Like my brain is crazy. Like I always have to be moving. I have to have something. So that's why I like music. That's why I have music in my stuff. I thought about this when I made this video. I was like, this could be too loud. Like the music for somebody, like when I play it, could be too loud for them. I was like, but this is not for them. It's for me first. So it has to be my way. Because ultimately the goal is for me to become my best version. And just the sheer amount of content that I put out, in the sheer consistency of what I put out, in this visible change of me that I put out, that just is like, it's possible. It's possible. Now go do it your way. Go do it your way. Go do it your way. Go deal with your problems. You don't have the same life experiences that I have. So to take my content and to listen to it over and over and over again, like that's not the point. The point is to maybe listen to one of these, maybe two, and go, maybe I should start talking. Maybe I'm not that crazy. This kid's talking about some crazy ass shit. It worked for him. Maybe I didn't even meet this kid before, but he said he didn't talk. And now he talks. He talks a lot. He fucking talks too much. About nothing, about everything. And he likes it evidently because he keeps doing it. He's not afraid. He posts random ass shit. He don't pick sides. He pretty much just calls everyone stupid. He stands on his own. And he's okay with it. Maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe this kid's actually more powerful than imaginable. Maybe this kid does have all of creation behind him. Maybe this kid does have angels and demons behind him. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with him. Maybe we should follow him. Maybe not. Do what you want. Do what you will. Don't infringe on someone's free will. Don't harm people. I don't care. I don't care what you do. But the future will be that. Do what you will within yourself. You want to stay in your house, never come out again, have fun. I don't give a fuck. If you have kids and responsibilities, that's different. Because then you're neglecting them. And they're just you. You don't want to live anymore? Do what you want to do. But don't bring someone else with you. Or at least come to me. Come play with me. Come sit with me. Come talk with me. I'll talk with you. I'll sit with you. I'll cry with you. I'll joke with you. You're fucking fire. I want you to be here. But you have to want to more. And I won't lie to you. I'll tell you straight up. Whatever it is that I need to say. You may not like it. But it will be the fucking truth. If there's anything less than that, anything less than the truth, what's the fucking point? What's the point? Dude, I love my life. And I love the way I react. Because it's so, like, people will say shit to me, I won't even respond. It's so funny. It's so funny because it's borderline disrespectful, but it's not. I can see it as that. And I think people think I'm slow. I think they think I'm slow because they'll say something and like I will not react because I understand what they're doing. Like, a lot of times it's a manipulation tactic or something like that, and I just stare at them because there's no response needed. So I don't know. I honestly think people think that I'm slow. Sometimes. But it's just like that's pointless. So like you don't gain a response for that. Like it's not worth my time. Because if it's a false thing or something that's fake, like I don't know. My body just won't allow me to react. And like I said, that's me surrendering to myself. Like every day I'm just trusting myself max, and then I just do what I do. I say what I say. And if I didn't say it, that's fine. It wasn't meant to be. I'm not going to go back and say something after I walk away because then I think of it. I should have said something. I was like, no. If I was going to say it, I should have said it. This is just me overthinking. And then this is me just thinking now to like maybe next time if we interact and it comes up again, then I can say something. But in the time, it's like whatever I do say or do in the moment is exactly what it is. And like I said, sometimes it feels crazy. So last night I was eating somewhere, and the dude was like, "Well, I'm gonna come there afterwards." I was like, "Well, that's what I'm gonna go." I'm trying to edit some photos because I didn't get to edit photos last night. And so when I said it, it kind of sounded like I didn't want him to come because I wanted to edit photos, and I did. I didn't want to edit photos, but it wasn't like that. I want you to come or not come. It's just like my goal right now is to edit photos. You come. Hang out, that's cool. You don't? Fine. And he ended up not coming. But like I said, then I met two other people. And so like then I look at it, I'm like, well, see, if that guy would have came, then me and these other two guys would have never had the interactions and time together that we shared. And so it's like everything happens exactly the way it is. And so everything is, like I said, everything that I do, it's like I am checking and checking and checking and checking. Why did this happen? And then it's almost like a switchboard back in the old day when they used to use phones. Like I put all this stuff together and everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to, and it gives me enough information to keep growing in trust and going, no, this is right, this is right, this is right. Maybe that seemed a little negative then, but it made me end up here being a little bit more positive, or meeting someone, or putting me in a situation, putting me in a different timeline to be on time to meet this person. And it's like, dude, this shit it will break you. It will break you to try and justify the synchronicities of life once you become aware of what's really happening. And that the fact that you really surrendered all planning. You plan nothing. And you end up where you end up, and it's like max. The only word I can think is like max experience. Max reason. Everything breaks down to like, I am the most efficient human being that I know of. It's just me. I can't compare it. So for me, it's like, everything leads to me being like the most efficient I could ever be. And like I said, it may not seem that way, but efficiency, really, true good efficiency is something you can't see because there's no wasted time. So like you don't even have time to break down the efficiency of the way you're spending your time. That's how fucking efficient I am. Because like I can't even like What could I have done different? Nothing. So therefore, everything is max perfection. And like I said, when you start putting a positive and negative on everything, you're wasting time. So that just fucks your efficiency right there. And so like for me, it's like I don't really care about any of it. It just is what it is. You know, I hold myself to some rules and regulations. I don't infringe on people's free will, and you know, that helps me become more efficient, because then I'm not being somewhere I don't need to be. I'm not doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. I'm not harming people. I'm not righting wrong, having to right wrongs. I'm not creating wrongs in me, and I'm not wondering if I did this right, if I did this wrong. I'm not wondering how I affected them or I didn't affect them. I just worry about me. And as long as I can do my best, as long as I can just keep my head high, keep holding to my rules, to my regulations that I printed on me, that the Creator imprinted on me, and that I agree to, and that I choose to follow, because it is a free will choice, everything works out the way it's supposed to be. And then I get pride from it, I get purpose from it, I'm proud of it. Pride, purpose, and man, I've talked so much. I've talked so much over the last years, man. I'm actually starting, like, I forgot about so much stuff that I've talked about. I don't even know. I would want to add, you know, sometimes you want to quantify how many videos I have and how many hours all of that has been, and then quantify how many times I've listened to each one of them, and I can't. It's impossible. I haven't kept up with that. I don't give a shit. I do in one instance because I'm actually fucking proud of it. But if I knew the number, that would dwindle it. Because I look back and it's like I don't really want to quantify it with a number, because it's everything I know now. Now it's like everything I remember. Like everything I remember is that, and it like overrides 35 years of information. Like that window, that first talk, I'm like laying in my bed. The lights are out. My rowing machine's up. I wasn't even painting art on that side of the room yet, and like the fan was blowing and it sounds horrible, and like just talking. I think that was like 4 hours long, maybe. And or some of those, I don't know, the first couple ones, and man, just laying in bed talking. And it's like that shit, all that stuff overrides 35 years. 35 years of information. And I think my first talk was like around March. It could have been March 30th was like the first talk. That I recorded. And it's like, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Because like I said, I went to therapy, and it helped for a second. And then I went to group therapy, and that helped. But it wasn't those little windows of 1 hour sessions that did it. It was the fact that all I focused on was like getting better. Change. I don't even know. Honestly, like I've never, other than I just want to be my best version, I've never really I've never broke down like what I need to heal from. I just did it. Because it was like that planning aspect was like that holds me back. I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths. I know that the way that my brain works, it is very analytical, but it's actually like way too much. And so that's why I kind of quit planning, because like I said, it helps me get away from creating all these crazy stories that are inefficient, that would take me down the wrong path, you know. And a lot of that has to do with external influences. So the intuition thing. So, you know, one of the big things that I started to do was trust my intuition. You know, that was the goal. I understood early on in this journey, I was like, I think a lot. I think a lot. And that always just doesn't seem to work out because it makes me very indecisive. And then you get lost in the indecisiveness because there's always multiple ways to do something. And so, like, what is the most efficient? And it's like, well, I started to think about cutting grass and going like, I can literally almost do every yard that I have with my eyes closed. Possibly. I mean, it's ignorant because I have eyes. But I've done them so much, like I know the path, I know which way to walk, I know the most efficient path, everything. So it's like, it's automated at this point in my life. And so like there's no thinking. And so like intuition is like, I heard that, you know, I've always heard a woman's intuition is the greatest intuition. Obviously, there's only male and female intuition, so it's not much to compare it. But I was like, well, men have to have intuition too. And then I kind of thought about like, well, what are these first thoughts, right? I've never listened to them. I've never listened to my first thought. I always listen to my second one. And then I always end up building resentment in relationships, and I always end up overgiving, and I always just end up being the nice guy, and I finish last. So I started to just like, I'm just going to start trusting my first feeling and just go with it. See what happens. Just test it. Because I've always, you know, thought through everything. I've always tried to predict everything. And it got me to where I'm at now, and I'm not happy. So the only logical way to do this would be to jump the extreme. To do the exact opposite of what I've always done. Because what I've always done doesn't fucking work. Because otherwise I wouldn't be standing here right now questioning everything. And once you kind of understand that, you're going, wait, I gotta question everything because it's not working. Because I'm not happy. This is boring as shit. This is pointless. So, if I'm going to question it, I might as well fucking jump. Because I know every answer, the majority of everything that I'm doing right now is not fucking working. So I'll just do the opposite. I can do it in a safe environment, in a safe way, logically, without going to the extremes. It doesn't mean like I'm questioning what meth tastes like, so I'm going to go do it. No. You got to be logical. You're smart enough to understand stuff that you don't need to partake in and do. And so I just started trusting that intuition and living in that, man. And now, you know, it used to be more of like a decision. Now it's just automated again. Like everything I do is automated. There's not even really, there's no second guessing. Sometimes there is. But it's usually just that first feeling and then why I'm going on the first feeling now. Not to change or divert it, but more of like speaking about kind of how I came up with this intuitionally. So I make the decision first, and then I back up my intuition. Of why I'm doing what I'm doing intuition-wise. Instead of me changing what I'm doing intuition-wise and thinking about doing something else. I don't ever think about doing something else. I always just kind of reinforce why I'm how I know I'm choosing my intuition, or why that was my first thought. And it's kind of hard to explain because it's just not even, it's so automated. Like I said, it's an automated process now, so there's really not a lot of information. And so that's kind of why I'm going, I try and like reevaluate like why I chose that intuitionally. So it's kind of like I'm trying to work into my subconscious a little bit and kind of like connect the new wires, so I can kind of learn my subconscious a little bit more, so I can bring it to consciousness. And so it's, and that will help me kind of erase some of the subconscious programmings that I wasn't able to shape before, of a lifetime of living, where the external influences that I gave my time, attention, and focus to shaped. So now it's like just trying to learn those processes and dig into my subconscious, and reprogram that to make sure that I don't have any subconscious programmings that's holding me back, and to reshape those on the conscious level, and to keep growing, because you got at some point you got to learn to control your subconscious, because that's the basic building instructions and controls of your body. And I think that's a lot of, like I said, the 1,000 years where you can live for long periods of time is because your body is dumbed down with all kinds of crap that we don't know, and it's causing us to deplenish faster. It's funny, it's like you think about, like, so I eat at this restaurant and they have Gunsmoke on, which is like an old western, but like during the commercials it's nothing but like fucking medical stuff or Medicaid stuff, and it's like, man, like that shit's on repeat all day, every day. You're gonna die, pretty much is what they're saying. Did you get harmed here, or some kind of class action lawsuit? And but like it's just so repetitive. I watch and count it. Like they repeat things in threes. Like it's real programming information. Like the CIA, they all have this marketing information. Like they've done everything. I mean, the Nazis were doing it in World War II. MK Ultra, Operation Paperclip. We have all this programming stuff. Like it's all public knowledge. And so to assume that they're not doing it now at the masses, now that everyone even has a handheld device, with flashing everything, you look at the little kids' TV programs and it's always flashing opposites of blue and red, from calm to extreme. This is why, like, and then it destroys the dopamine receptors, and it does all this stuff, and it breaks your attention spans, and you always got to have instant gratification. But it's your body being programmed to want that, to always get it at the drop of a dime. Where, like, when you start to separate yourself from all those things, and you start to like get instant gratification from yourself, or that you understand that things that are challenging, that take time, like you creating something, and then when you get done, like that's the dopamine that you're supposed to get. It's supposed to be healthy, so we got to detox our whole brains and bodies from everything. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that in the future. I'm going to disappear for a while, and I'm going to go hardcore with it, and I'm not excited about it, because it's not going to be easy. And for me, music is going to be one that I got to detox from. And it's not going to be easy. Because like I said, I mean, I told the kid last night, I was like, like, music's been my oldest companion. It's been there for me always. And it's really saved my life. It kept me going. And I can listen to certain songs now, and they whip me back into emotions. They whip me back into times. They whip me back into remodels. They whip me back into cutting yards. They whip me back to very specific moments, and they got me through every time. It made me not feel so alone. They were my drug. Music has been my drug since I can remember. So it sucks but I need to detox from it at least once. And so, and I really have. I mean, today's really the first time I've listened to music in probably 3 or 4 days, for a long period of time, because I've just been listening to my talk. So I don't know. I have to look at it, but I'm gonna definitely detox from my handheld device. So then that will kind of exit the music. So hopefully, maybe in the future, soon I can go on vacation and just disappear for a minute and just be like maybe on the beach somewhere and just spend all day out there. But it's got to be different kind of beach. It's got to be like, I want to be able to go somewhere with variety, like, because I need like trees. Definitely need trees and rivers and creeks. So Florida's definitely going to be it, because I want to be able to like go one day to clear water and then one day to the salt water, and then just be everywhere, different always, and see where it goes, and be in the swamps or be in some rocky areas, like, because I love variety. You know, I don't know. But I definitely need the detox from just technology itself. But I'm pretty good at it. I don't use it a lot. Like I said, I post on Facebook like crazy, but I just post, and then I usually don't even check that shit until I'm posting videos or something at night. And a lot of that is for many reasons. One is because, like, as much as I can say I don't care about what people say, like, sometimes I just have to say what I say and then I have to walk away from it, understanding that it's going to be misconstrued. I'm going to be understanding that yeah, it's going to sound bad sometimes. Yeah, maybe I'm triggering people. It's meant to. So maybe I'll get backlash and shit, and it's like, that's cool, because I'm not going to deal with that right now, because I have to post it, walk away, and keep continuing what I'm doing out here in the world. And because like I said, I gotta be efficient. So if I just sit down and start running through Facebook and reading comments and shit, like, that's just a waste. It's just a complete waste. So I'm not gonna do it. But it's cool, man. Life has been cool. My talks has been cool. This video is gonna be of me painting a bunch of shirts. And I don't even know how long that one is, man. I honestly don't think it's that long. But I'm going to use it. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes right now, so I'm probably going to kill this pretty soon. It's like 6:30. It's a little chilly in my truck. Plus, I went and played. I went and ate this morning. And like I said, I texted dude. I was like, dude, I'm not going to work today. But he texted me and said they weren't doing anything, and I was like, well, I'm not going to work because I'm not crawling underneath that house. Because I'm not going to be laying in water underneath the house trying to do plumbing. Like, that's fucking miserable. And, but then, like, I went to go eat, and when I got there, I was like, the creek's right across the road, and the water just was calling to me. And it was just so beautiful, and it was flowing so fast and so strong and so rough, and I'm just looking out this window, like about to cry, and just this water's just calling to me. And so I eat, and then like I just walk outside. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go fucking play in this little park. There's big, huge puddles of water everywhere, and it just called to me. So like I got headphones in, and I'm just listening to music, and 1 second. That's funny. This guy just pulled up. He's like got like a little sports Mercedes Benz, and he's like, I just wanted to let you know I wasn't looking at you. I was like, I don't care, bro. I'm just talking in my truck. He's like, well, then he starts telling me he had some good times back here in the 70s and old party times. I was like, yeah, bro. That's what it's about. No telling what they done here, man. The good times on this little beach. The laughs, the families, the picnics. Man, I don't know my future. But that's gotta be fucking beautiful. I can't even imagine. To have someone with you that's truly with you. To truly accept you as you. The real you. And then you guys create a life. Create multiple lives. And then to go out and to just spend one day. Just one moment. And then the whole process to get to that day. I don't know, man. Like I said, I've never felt that love before. Like, I look back at my past and it's like, I honestly, I mean, I've had fun times. I have. But I guess we tend to remember the negative over the positive, right? And so, like, I'm trying to remember a time, or like an event, that would like be somewhat equivalent to what I'm dreamed about my whole life. And honestly, it has never happened because I was never me. So as sad as that sounds, it's like, no matter what anyone says in my past, like, it's never been that for me. And maybe that's maybe that's an expectation I can never have. Like, that would always fail. But I'm hooking it to the fact that I was never truly me. I never loved myself. Therefore, I can never truly be present in the moments of the past, right? Because I never had safety and security. And like I said, maybe when I was real little, I did in my mom. But then as I got older and I had eyes to see, and I was able to start reading people's emotions and how it didn't match up with the words, I started to know things weren't as they seemed. And so now it's like, knowing me now, knowing that I can be fully present and I'm confident in myself and I can love myself, therefore I can completely love another human being. And so, like, ultimately that has been my truest goal of all time. And that goal has never changed, and I don't like goals, but was to have that partner and to be able to love them completely. And like I said, the idea when I was younger was stupid because I wasn't capable of doing such thing. I didn't know. Because I could never love myself, therefore I could never even receive that love. But now it's going, wait, I love myself completely. I know how to receive love because I am love and I love myself first. And so now knowing that I can have that experience with another human being in the future, it's like that's a lot of what that's a big reason why I've done what I've done. Maybe it's like a secondary reason. Me first, obviously, learning how to love myself, and then because I want to love somebody else the way I learned how to love, and because they deserve it too. And so, like, for me, it's like I can't even imagine it. It's not because I'm just so new to learning to love myself. I'm a year and a half strong or 2 years strong, like, and even then, I love myself a little bit more every day. Like, I may trust myself completely, but I'm still loving myself more and more every day. Like, that that's growing every day, too. And then to have someone that can mirror the love that I give to them, and that can trust me, fucking fire. So I talked to a woman the other night, and man, I ended up talking. See, I talk to people so much at night. That's why I do what I do. That's why I go to places I go. And she talked to me, and she asked me. She goes, Cody, which it fucked me up. She goes, what can we do to support you? I was like, what? I was like, I don't fucking have a clue. I've never been asked that question ever. And maybe I have, but not in the sincere way that you asked it. And then I really felt that you would literally do whatever it is that I asked. And I've never felt that love before. Or that acceptance. Or that willingness to show. And because like I've always just relied on myself. And so it really did fuck me up in the head, and I was trying to figure out the answer, and I was just like, and I told her, I was like, just trust me to be me. It's the only thing I can think of. To trust me. That's how you can support me. Like, money's cool and I need it and that would help. But like, no one's ever proved or trusted me like that. I'm starting to get it now. The guy I'm working for now, he trusts me like that. In some stuff, in work at least. But no, to trust me like I trust me. That's how you can support me. To accept me however I am. And then to trust that I'm going to be exactly who I am. And then that's okay. That's okay. Holla. Love y'all. Peace.
day.